Hey guys, Dr. Art here, and up in the office, so that means we're doing one thing. We're doing another tune. Today we're doing a JTEC tune, and this one is a little bit different than some of the ones we've done before. We're going to do like a max performance, but we're going to do it to 87 octane instead of 93. So kind of all the same stuff is going to apply, but we're going to show you where we're going to modify this tune. So this truck, it's got a little cam in it. It's got, some light head work, but it's got stock exhaust and things like stock ignition, all that kind of stuff. So the motor's warmed up a little, but he wants to run 87 octane, so we're going to go ahead and get him all set here. So as we can see, we're starting with a 5.2, so a 318 Magnum, and we're going to go right over to our spark tables and our main spark. We're going to start here. We'll open this up, make this a little bit bigger, make it easier to read. And the first thing we want to do, if we've seen the videos before on the JTEC tuning, the first step I like to do is you go and you can see where this table ends up at about 4,800 RPM. So the JTEC kind of goes dumb right around 5,000 RPM. We can fix that real easy. You click this engine speed words above the table. That opens up a small box, and I'll put in a screenshot of that here because that's just the way the screen recorder on this computer works. And you go to that 4800 tab and you type in your new RPM, what you want to do. And this one we're going to go to 6200. And click on 6200, hit enter. It changes your table. Gets you looking like a little hockey stick. Access here. So you go ahead and you grab all the way from 992 to that 6200, hit the interpolate button, and then you get a nice smooth graph, and that smooths everything out, gives you a nice even distribution of RPM reference points all the way from off idle all the way up to 6200 RPM. What you see here. Okay, the main areas that we're going to be concentrating on today is going to be down here. You can see right here we're about 25-26 degrees max timing, and it's very, very soft. 17-20 degrees, 24 degrees at 3,600 RPM, so there's a lot of room to improve the timing and pick up a lot of power and still run 87 octane. So what we're going to do first, and we're going to show you how to do this kind of step-by-step easier. I like this little table here. All right, we're going to copy that, and we're going to paste, paste, and paste. And again, the engine's not going to see all these readings ever, but this is how I like to set up the lines of resolution for the map, so it knows what timing to put into the engine. And like I said, he wants to run 87 octane, so we're gonna top out this timing table at full throttle and under load and wide open throttle. That's what these last three bars are, at about 30 degrees of timing. We'll go ahead, we'll grab all the way from our 23 to 30. We'll hit the crossover interpolate bar, and then this will give us a good starting point to work on our timing. So our timing graph is going to look like this here, and this is the lines that we're working on. This is these bottom two lines, 79, 96, 105. Those are all in this line here. Some of this other stuff we will clean up. We'll show you why this looks all crazy and what you can do about it and whatnot. And so you click over here, go back to your table. You look at some of these crazy timing tables on these factory ECUs, and it's 20, 23, and then 20, 22, 25, 25, 28, 32, 28, 25, all over the place, right? Okay, in this area here, these three lines are going to be slow cruise, steady cruise, and like freeway cruise, maybe going uphill a little bit. So anything above here, you're really not going to see, the engine's really not going to see this. So I like to make these all 36. And what that does for you, as you're coming through this area and decelerating, you're having a good amount of timing. It's even. your timing tables aren't going up and down, stuff like that. It's not confusing the engine, and it's going to burn all that fuel that is coming out of the exhaust. You don't need more than 36. Some of these go up to like 40. I don't like that. And what we can do for some of these tables here is we can smooth all these out. All right, because you know, the engine doesn't really like to see weird timing changes. It's not gonna run nice. It's gonna be unhappy, and it's just bad. And as we correct some of our timing tables, you see we're way cleaned up here. This little spike here, this line that's all the way down here, this is your, let me show you where it is. This is your top line. This is all deceleration. And I don't mind this being 17, because this is kind of your cranking, like your timing when you first crank the motor up, hot, warm, or cold. So 17's not bad. I don't mind that, because you turn on the key, the engine's not running. You're gonna be in this box here, and anything in here, I'm pretty much okay with. And again, this is deceleration. These boxes. This is cruise and light throttle. And this is load and wide open throttle. This is the way it basically works. Real quick, like I said, I'll go back through these and tidy a few of these places up, things like that. But for overall, timing table's looking good for an 87 octane tube. So what we do next was you go up to the upper corner here, click on it, and hit copy. And you're going to go to your EGR on table. And again, these engines do not have an EGR valve. So I don't know why it's there. It's just there. But we make that table, we paste in our previous table into this table, make everything the same and fit and be happy. Warm spark, same thing. Now we have all our tables in Spark. It's smooth. There's no uppy, downy, things like this. You get smooth acceleration, smooth deceleration. Nothing weird, no low spots. You know, as you're cruising away, you're going, yay, and then, yay. And we get rid of all that. All right, your wide open throttle modifier, zeros, and I'm okay with that because we have changed our timing tables to what we want instead of what the factory and the computer thinks we want. So all zeros there is the way to go. Air intake temperature. We go ahead, we start pulling a little bit of, as the air intake temperature gets above 160 degrees here, starts pulling a little bit of timing. It gets up to about 200 degrees. We're pulling 2-3 degrees, things. I don't mind this, okay? Especially if he wants to run 87 octane, because real thin air will go, you know, make bad things happen. So we're good there. Exhaust temperature, as your exhaust temperature climbs, and he has a 180 degree thermostat in this engine. So if the temperature is getting above 212, bad things are starting to happen. It should never get this high. So as we're pulling timing, the hotter it gets, I'm okay with all this also. Sometimes these tables are a little aggressive. This one's not too bad. All right, and this is what we have to do for Spark. We'll go to airflow. Our map depression, the only setting we need to change in airflow. And why do we need to change it? And you can see here, it still says 4,416 RPM. And after that, the engine just goes, So, same thing, click on engine speed. At 4416 tab, we're gonna change that to 6200. Hit enter. Again, it's going to give you a wonky graph. We highlight the entire graph. Hit the interpolate button. Exit out of there. And we have our, RPM changes. Okay, so now the Spark and the map are talking to each other. All right, and everybody's happy. They're on the same page. And we need to go to fuel. Okay. Deceleration fuel cutoff limit. We put the engine RPM up to 6,200, so we should put this up to 6,200. So it's, again, happy. Everything should be linear and happy. Things like that. General, nothing we really need to do here. O2 sensors, yes, okay. Open loop base, fuel base. We're not changing anything in the fuel table. We haven't changed injector size. We're not supercharging. We're not over boosting the engine. We're not doing anything like that. But we need to come in and make sure these RPMs changed. Now in this case, it automatically changed to our 6208, but you want to make sure every time you go in that you are checking that, because sometimes they change, sometimes they don't. You tell me why and we'll both know. Power enrichment. This is where some of the money shot comes in. All right, because as we're adding more timing to the engine, we can also add X amount more fuel. So we have more timing and more fuel, we make more power, even with 87 octane. All right. And again, see, like this table here, this was only, to 4,800 RPM. So again, click the engine tab, click that 4,800 tab, type in your 6,200. And yes, the graph says 6208. That's just what it does. And then we'll take our, we'll click on all the readings from 2000 up, hit the interpolate button, get a nice smooth graph, exit out of there, and we're done. So now we have our RPM that matches our map, that matches our fuel, that matches our timing. Everything's cool, right? But we need to add fuel, because again, this is your wide open throttle fuel modifier. And with, it's basically a stock engine, like I said. It's got a little cam in it, clean up the heads, but it's still got full exhaust and. So we're gonna add 8% fuel, more than what the factory does at wide open throttle. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna highlight from 2000 on up. We're gonna go up to the box and we're gonna type in 1.08. That's gonna give us, and hit the times button. It's gonna make all these values go up 8%. And we are good to go. Now we have more spark and more fuel, more power. And that's gonna be it for what you need to change on the engine side. Now, let me close a few of these windows here. We're gonna go over to the transmission. Now this is a 96 JTEC. It doesn't even know it has a transmission, basically. Basically, in general, you do your drop down for what type of transmission you have. This shift indicator and all this stuff, this is all for if it's a stick shift manual. The manual tab, again, nothing to do here. The torque management, it's disabled. Leave it alone. Again, leave it alone. Don't mess with it. And from there, we're going to go over to Speedo. And the stock fuel cutoff is at 112 miles an hour. But let's say we want to go a little faster than that. I like to put these up to 188. That way there's nothing in the way. Our system tab. Now here's where you would go, general. If you had a vehicle and you're swapping it into something else and you want to delete the VATs, here's the VATs tab. This one, it was disabled from the factory, so he's just got a black key that starts the truck. Nothing to mess with here. This is cruise control. We don't mess with that. Fans, our 2-speed fans are disabled because it's a Dodge Magnum truck and it's got a big old mechanical fan on it. AC time to reset after higher RPM cutout, 0. So we're good with that. So your AC comes back on, and he does live in Georgia, so AC is very important down there. And the diagnosis, this is all this kind of stuff. It's all nothing to worry about. So that's going to be your basic, semi-spicy JTEC tune for a 5.2 Magnum that you want to run on 87 octane fuel. I'll spend some time after this video, go in and touch up here and there and stuff like that. But if you're doing this yourself, this will be a real nice tune for 87 octane. Again, if you're going up to 93 octane, then we bump the timing up to 32, 33, 34, depending on where you are, your altitude, all that kind of stuff. Even get that little bit more out of the motor. If you would run 93 on this, it wouldn't hurt anything. It'll run just fine. It'll probably run just a little bit smoother. But he's perfectly fine to get in this thing and you know, tow his boat with 87 octane, and he'll be just fine. So, questions, comments, concerns down below. You know, every one of you knows how to type. So leave me some kind of comment and do all the YouTube stuff. Like, share, subscribe, tell your grandma, tell your mama, send this video to your boss, whatever you got to do. It helps me out quite a bit. And if you get a chance, go to midnightspeedlabs.com and check out some of the merchandise. Also, if you're out there and you would like something like this done for yourself, I'll put my email down here, drartstuff21@gmail.com. Go ahead and give me an email. We'll talk and we'll get this done for you. Other than that, appreciate you guys, and we'll talk to you next time. Thanks.